Hello everyone! Today we will go on a journey to one of the most mysterious places on our planet, the Nazca Desert, where giant drawings are scattered on the ground, stretching for tens of kilometers and clearly visible only from the sky. Who created them? How is it possible without modern technology? And could these drawings be messages from other civilizations or a map to ancient knowledge? The Nazca Lines are a mystery that keeps researchers and dreamers from all over the world on their toes. Today we will tell you 3 stories, each of which sheds new light on this great mystery. So get ready to travel back in time to unravel the secrets of the Nazca Lines together. On the Nazca Plateau, among the desert southern coast of Peru, there are mysterious geoglyphs, huge images of birds, animals, and geometric shapes stretching for hundreds of kilometers. Some of these lines are up to 200 meters long, and their shapes are so precise that the full picture can only be seen from a bird's eye view. This raises the question, how could an ancient civilization, without modern technology, create such large-scale images? There is a theory that the ancient inhabitants used long ropes and wooden stakes as tools for measuring and drawing lines. Archaeologists have found such stakes at some sites, which confirms this hypothesis. However, questions remain about the perfect symmetry and proportions of the drawings. For example, the famous giant hummingbird has very delicate shapes and precise lines that seem almost impossible to create without access to aerial surveillance. This has led to speculation that the ancient inhabitants may have used balloons or other lifting devices to monitor the work from above. Some researchers point to the possibility of using primitive aerial devices that could have helped them coordinate their actions and ensure the accuracy of the drawings. The purpose of these drawings raises even more questions. Most researchers believe that they had ritual or religious significance. It is known that the Nazca civilization worshipped gods who were considered responsible for rain and fertility. The lines could have served as prayer symbols or been used for sacrifices to secure divine blessings. This theory is supported by the fact that the region where the drawings are located often suffered from droughts, and the lines could symbolize an appeal to the gods for rain and harvest. Images of animals and birds, for example, could have symbolic meaning and serve as intermediaries between people and supernatural forces. Another hypothesis suggests that the Nazca Lines could have served as astronomical maps, showing the location of celestial bodies. Some of the lines correspond exactly to the direction of the sunrise during the winter and summer solstices, which indicates a high level of astronomical knowledge in the Nazca civilization. The researchers also found a connection between the location of the figures and the phases of the moon, suggesting that the geoglyphs could help the inhabitants in agriculture and predicting seasonal changes. The astronomical orientation of the lines could serve as a kind of calendar, allowing for the precise determination of sowing and harvesting periods. Such a system could ensure the stability and efficiency of agricultural processes. Another, perhaps the most intriguing version, is that the Nazca drawings could have served as landmarks for extraterrestrial civilizations. Proponents of this theory believe that the figures on the plateau are a kind of message for those above. Could these geoglyphs have been created as a sign for alien visitors? Some researchers point to the fact that the gigantic scale and visibility of the drawings, only from a great height, could be related to the desire to convey information to those who have the opportunity to see them from the sky. Support for this hypothesis can be found in the fact that cultures such as Nazca often describe their gods as beings who descended from the sky and believed that they had extraordinary knowledge and technology. Perhaps the geoglyphs had a function of symbolic communication with celestial visitors or served as a means of attracting their attention. However, we should not limit ourselves to fantastic theories. Archaeologists also suggest that the lines could have served as paths or roads used during ritual processions. Some of the geometric shapes, such as spirals or zigzags, could have been part of complex rituals performed in these spaces. The procession along the lines may have had a spiritual significance, providing a link between people and divine forces. The lack of direct archaeological evidence does not allow us to fully confirm this hypothesis, but numerous parallels with other cultures where processions played an important role in religious practices make this version quite likely. The Nazca geoglyphs remain one of the biggest archaeological mysteries, which causes numerous discussions and disputes among scientists. Despite the many theories about their origin and purpose, none of them provides a definitive answer. These drawings continue to inspire researchers and adventurers from all over the world who are trying to uncover their secrets and understand what really lies behind these amazing signs in the desert. Perhaps in the future, new technologies and research will help solve this mystery and shed light on how and why these incredible geoglyphs were created. The interest in the Nazca Plateau does not fade away, and perhaps that is why its secrets will one day be solved. The Nazca Lines are fascinating in their scale and complexity, but among the most intriguing hypotheses is the theory of a possible connection with extraterrestrial civilizations. This version gained popularity after the work of Swiss researcher Erich von Däniken, who suggested in his book Chariots of the Gods that the lines could serve as landing strips or messages for aliens. In his book, von Däniken proposed that the drawings, such as the giant ape or human astronaut figure, are symbols created to attract the attention of aliens. These assumptions may seem too bold, but there are several facts that support interest in this theory. Figures on the Nazca Plateau, such as a spider, monkey, and whale, are only visible from the sky, suggesting that they were created for someone who could only see them from above. The researchers found that some of the lines coincide exactly with the directions of the Earth's magnetic field, which could serve as a navigational clue for alien ships. Moreover, the simple straight lines on the plateau really resemble takeoff and landing strips, and their length and accuracy remain amazing even by modern standards. With the development of new technologies in the 21st century, scientists have been able to explore the Nazca Plateau in more detail. In 2024, a team of archaeologists using drones and 3D scanners discovered new shapes and lines that had previously remained hidden under a layer of sand. Many of these new findings turned out to depict unknown animals or even abstract geometric shapes, which again raised speculation of a connection to extraterrestrial civilizations. These new discoveries have added even more mystery, as some of the shapes resemble classic UFO imagery. For example, drawings in the form of disks and light flashes that could be interpreted as images of spacecraft. The researchers also noticed a kind of astronaut on one of the rocks. This image is a giant figure that resembles a man with a raised arm and looks somewhat like a pilot with a helmet. Could this figure have been a figment of the imagination of the ancient Nazca inhabitants? Or is it really an attempt to recreate the image of someone they saw with their own eyes? Archaeologists who adhere to the traditional version argue that this image is a stylized symbol of a deity or ritual figure. At the same time, supporters of alternative versions believe that the astronaut could be a drawing of one of the space visitors that the ancient inhabitants once observed. The hypothesis of a possible connection between the Nazca Lines and extraterrestrial civilizations has also found support in ancient legends that were passed down orally among the inhabitants of this territory. They tell of sky gods who came down to Earth and brought knowledge about the stars and the Earth. According to Nazca mythology, the gods passed on knowledge about time and space, which allowed the ancient inhabitants to create a unique system of astronomical markings reflected in the lines. These legends also mention that the gods traveled across the sky in chariots of fire. Could these legends be describing visitors from other planets who left their mark in the form of giant drawings? Modern scientists remain skeptical, but do not rule out that the lines may have some astronomical significance or serve as an ancient timekeeping system. For example, some studies have confirmed that some Nazca lines indicate the exact positions of the sun, moon, and stars during certain seasons. This may have been an ancient astronomical system that helped to regulate the timing of rituals or determine the periods for sowing and harvesting. Additionally, researchers suggest that the lines could have served as ritual routes or processional paths where people performed rituals in honor of the gods, in particular to summon rain or ensure the fertility of the land. According to this theory, geoglyphs could have been sacred symbols created to reflect the harmony between humanity and the cosmos, which is typical of many ancient cultures. These discoveries and hypotheses create a new perspective on the mysterious Nazca drawings, leaving open questions about their possible cosmic significance. But whatever the true purpose of the lines, they remain a testament to the vast knowledge and skills possessed by the Nazca civilization. So did these people have contact with aliens? Or are the Nazca Lines just an impressive attempt by humanity to uncover cosmic secrets by paying attention to itself? The drawings on the Nazca Plateau remain one of the greatest archaeological mysteries that continues to attract the attention of researchers, archaeologists, and adventurers from all over the world. Regardless of which theory proves to be correct, the Nazca Lines have already become an invaluable part of humanity's cultural heritage, underscoring our eternal curiosity about the secrets the universe hides. Mysterious geoglyphs are scattered across the Nazca Desert, figures depicting animals, plants, geometric shapes, and even humanoid creatures. Among them are unusual symbols and drawings that, according to some researchers, indicate the use of ancient technologies that could help the Nazca civilization in construction, agriculture, and other areas. It is still unclear how these drawings were created with such precision without the ability to see the result from above. Could the ancient peoples have used some form of aircraft or received knowledge from alien civilizations? It is known that the Nazca Lines consisted of carefully cleared strips of stones, and even with the slightest disturbance of their surface due to weather conditions, the drawings would remain visible only for a short time. But this work has remained almost unchanged for thousands of years. This has led to speculation that the Nazca people could have used natural phenomena or physical laws to allow the drawings to survive for so long. Some researchers have even suggested that these figures could have been brought to Earth using some kind of technology from the sky, perhaps mirrors or crystals that allowed the patterns to be projected onto the surface. In the 21st century, several new versions of the possible purpose of the Nazca Lines have emerged. One hypothesis claims that they could have been used as energy zones for rain-related rituals. The climate in the region was arid and rain was vital for agriculture. The lines could be symbolic channels for attracting water. At the same time, in 2024, a group of researchers from Peru and Japan found traces of a special kind of stone that had the ability to store and accumulate heat. Perhaps these stones were used to create a kind of effect that would allow controlling the temperature on the surface. Another mysterious detail is the lack of clear explanations for the purpose of some of the geoglyphs. Researchers have noticed that several lines, including those depicting cosmological symbols or straight lines, are oriented as if they were part of a large orientation mechanism similar to ancient observatories. For example, there are lines that coincide exactly with the position of the sun during the winter and summer solstices. Could these symbols have been part of an astronomical system designed to observe celestial bodies? Proponents of the extraterrestrial contact theory point out that Nazca figures such as the spider, condor, and monkey were created with incomprehensible precision and are very difficult to reproduce without the help of third-party tools or even aircraft. Moreover, several shapes resembling something like compasses or spirals have been found in ancient Nazca drawings, which could symbolize elements of navigation or energy sources. Such signs led to the hypothesis that the lines could have been created not just as decorative or ritual symbols, but as a complex system that worked at the level of science or even technologies similar to modern ones. A recent discovery made by scientists in the Nazca Desert can serve as a confirmation of the hypothesis of an energy connection. In 2024, researchers working on site found that the level of the magnetic field in certain sections of the lines was significantly different from the surrounding areas. Some of the lines showed an abnormally high level of magnetic fluctuations that could not be explained by natural origin. This discovery gave new support to the theory that the lines could serve as beacons or energy channels, possibly for communication or navigation purposes. Local legends also mention celestial beings who came down to Earth and taught people the secrets of nature and astronomy. The ancient inhabitants of Peru believed that these beings helped create ritual routes to connect with the cosmos. Ancient records mention the days when large processions of people moved across the desert, performing ritual dances on the lines. Some historians believe that the drawings were used to attract rain, or as ritual fields where priests prayed for the fertility of the land. However, supporters of the alien theory suggest that these rituals could have been not only ritualistic, but also ways of communicating with the gods. Despite the scientific refutations of the extraterrestrial origin of geoglyphs, many researchers agree that the Nazca people had unexpectedly accurate astronomical knowledge and may have used hidden technologies, including tools that we know nothing about. Was the Nazca civilization so advanced that it was able to create a reliable connection between the Earth and the sky? Or are the lines simply an impressive achievement of human talent and diligence? The question of the true purpose of the Nazca geoglyphs remains open and continues to arouse speculation. Perhaps one day scientists will be able to find the final answer. But for now, the Nazca Lines keep their secrets, leaving behind a legacy that makes us think about the possibilities that ancient civilizations could have had.